It is actually a blessing to know that you are dealing with a narcissist or a toxic person. And what I mean by a blessing is because you have the knowledge base in front of you. You have Google, you have YouTube, you have me, you have all kinds of different sources that show you what narcissistic abuse is and how to deal with it and how to successfully get out of it. You are blessed because you know. And a lot of people don't realize that there are millions of people that will never have this information provided for them. There are millions of men and women and non-binary people that are going through narcissistic abuse that don't know the name for it. They continuously feel crazy, gaslit, and never will ever know what they're going through. They will never have the opportunity presented to them like you have right now with the knowledge that you have right now about what you are going through. So don't waste your blessing. This is a blessing, the knowledge, not the abuse. I'm not saying that the abuse is a blessing. I'm saying that the knowledge that you have, knowing what you are going through, is a blessing. I hope this helps. What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of A Narcissist Explains. I am self-aware, diagnosed narcissist Lee Hammock, known as mental illness, across all social media platforms. I use my platform right here, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatnot, to raise awareness for narcissistic personality disorder, get more people into therapy, like myself, for 4 years, and also validate victims and survivors of this disorder as well. This series, I just take my TikToks, like you just watched, my YouTube shorts, and make them longer. So the one you just watched was about how knowing is half the battle. How just having the knowledge that you have, watching videos like this, watching other survivor videos, watching other self-aware narcissistic people videos like Ben Taylor and Cluster B Milkshake, watching people like that, you have the upper hand on so many more people, y'all. You don't understand how blessed you are to have the knowledge that you have about narcissistic personality disorder or toxic relationships in general, because you know what you are going through. You have an idea of what you are actually going through. So many people on this planet will never, understand this. There are millions of people that will never know what narcissistic abuse is, that are going through it right now. You know. God chose you to know. If you're religious, God chose you to know. Allah chose you to know. You know what I mean? I know Allah and God are the same person. Sorry, y'all. Same Almighty. They chose you to know. You've been chosen. You've been picked. You have this knowledge base. You know what you're going through. You know the terminology now. You know gaslighting. You know manipulation. You know breadcrumbing. You know intermittent reinforcement, which is breadcrumbing. You know hoovering. You know all this stuff. You know it. You have all this stuff to know, to act on, to empower yourself to act on it. And so many people, like I say, think about, put that into perspective for yourself, that so many people are going through similar relationships like you are, or worse than you are, and they will never know why they can't leave that person. They will never know what they're going through. They're going to be just feeling this feeling of craziness that you felt before you watched a video like this, before you saw a video by H.G. Tudor or Dr. Ramani, Ramani, sorry. Or, you before you watch any of those videos or whatnot, that feeling of craziness, that feeling of being unsettled, not knowing what was going on, before you saw that stuff, there are people who will be sitting in that forever. There are so many people that will be sitting in that forever. They're going to have their kids in that forever because they don't know. They don't know the trauma bond exists. They don't know that type of stuff exists. You do. So you are empowered to know what you're dealing with. I know everybody can't leave. I know that. This is not me victim shaming, victim blaming. I know people are like, Lee, you're kind of getting victim blaming here. No, I'm not victim blaming, victim shaming. I'm just letting you know how blessed you are to know. The abuse is not a blessing. Let me go and tell you that right up front. I'm not saying that the narcissistic, the stuff that you go through is a blessing. Some people might view it as a blessing. I have the knowledge now that I won't do this again later in life. Some people, but a lot of people don't view this as a blessing. I agree. I don't view it as a blessing either, because some of y'all go through a lot. You know what I mean? But the knowledge is, you know what you're going through. There's so many people who, again, I know I keep harping on it, but there's so many people. I want to just drill this point home to you. There are so many people that they don't know. You know. Some people actively know this stuff and don't decide not to work on it. Decide to keep their, like, you have the ability to leave, but you decide to keep your kids into this stuff. You decide to keep yourself into this stuff. Cut your family and friends and everybody off because you know what you're dealing with. You think because you know what you're dealing with, you can fix that person. Well, I know what I'm dealing with now. I have my hammer and my tools, and I'm gonna go fix that person. Not knowing you can't fix a building with a hammer and some nails. That foundation of that building is crumbling. What are you gonna do with a hammer and nails? You don't have the tools. You don't have the tool belts. You're like, I got a hammer and some nails and some love in my handy dandy tool belt. I'm gonna fix this person. You can't fix a faulty foundation with hammer and nails. Well, Lee, I'm gonna stop you right there, brother. I love you, man, but like, I'm an architect. I'm an architect here. And if you put that hammer and that nail in the right place, if you say that type of stuff to me, if you try to circumvent what I'm saying, you're gonna be in this relationship for a long time. You're gonna get tortured in your relationship for a long time. I know everybody's situation is different, and a hammer and nail can fix certain aspects of a foundation, but you can't fix the whole foundation. Can you hammer in concrete with a hammer and nails? That concrete is cracking. Can you put a nail in that? No. You don't have the tools to fix a narcissist. You just don't. A lot of psychologists, a lot of therapists, a lot of psychotherapists, a lot of clinicians don't have the tools to fix narcissists. So what you think that you're going to outlove the trauma that made that person a narcissist? And you have the knowledge to know that I have the knowledge to know I can pick a plan, I can get ready to leave, or I have the knowledge to know I can make a plan and I can learn how to deal with this person. Because not everybody is a full-blown narcissistic person. Like me, myself. I'm a full-blown narcissist. I know y'all see how I talk, how I act online. Meet me in real life and date me for a little while. You'll understand you'll understand the narcissism. Be my brother or my sister or my mom. Be one of them. You'll understand. Work with me. You'll understand how narcissistic I am. You know, you see me on social media, like, well, if I can get them to just be like you, I'm good. Nope, you won't, because I know what I'm doing. I'm aware of what I'm doing now, and that's bad. I'm aware of it now, so I can choose to keep doing it. A lot of narcissists are aware, and they choose to keep doing it. They choose to keep doing it. So you have the knowledge, y'all. What are you gonna do with the knowledge? You know what I mean? What are you gonna do with the knowledge? Les Brown said the cemetery is the place not where only people are buried, where all the greatest hopes and dreams of people are buried. There's so many books unfinished, so many unwritten books, so many unwritten poems, so many unfulfilled dreams in the cemetery. Because people had the knowledge and didn't act on it. People had the ability and didn't act on it. Do you want to go be buried and just like, you'll be buried with regret. So much regret is buried in the cemetery. So much is buried in the cemetery. Not just people, regrets, dreams, books. It's just so much in the cemetery that's been buried and left because people had the knowledge and were maybe too afraid to act on it. Maybe didn't have the ability to act on it. Maybe held themselves back because they wanted to stay in a relationship that they couldn't save. So many people are like, yo, somebody said knowledge is not power, experience is power. I was like, wow, that kind of made sense to me because you can learn from somebody else's mistakes. You have the ability to learn somebody else's mistakes. You do. Hold on, that's not the right saying. Not knowledge. It's something that experience is power. Because you can learn from everybody else's experiences. You can see what everybody else is going through in the comment section. I stayed 5 extra years. And you are 5 years ahead of them. You're like, whoa, I can get out right now. I ain't got to waste 5 years. The choice is yours. You see it now. You have the ability to act on it. Dang, that person is in a relationship just like me. I see their experience. Their experience sounds exactly like mine, and they said that they wasted 5 extra years. Now, if you think you can be better than that person, like I'm better than them, I'm gonna fix it. I got 5 years to fix them. Somebody else gonna learn from your mistakes. You are now the teacher because you're gonna make some errors, and they're gonna learn from your mistakes. You wanna be a teacher or you wanna learn her? You know what I mean? I don't know. Take back your power, y'all. Y'all have the knowledge to act on it. Be blessed. Be strong. And like I said, I'm not telling everybody to leave. I know everybody cannot leave. Everybody don't want to leave. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying if you want to leave, act on it. Take the information that you have presented before you. Act on it. Be strong. Be careful. Be blessed. Mental illness is out. Peace.